Hi, my name's Caleb East, and today I'm going to talk about like revenues for high school and colleges. For me, I want to my major is health and PE, and what I want to do with that is hopefully one day coach, either college if I'm lucky enough, or high school. Um, Coaches in high school and college is a lot different. College coaches have a lot more revenue to play with. I guess you could say they don't have to worry about budgets and stuff like that as much as high school coaches do. High school has to like do fundraisers and try and get their city behind them, whereas for college coaches have a little bit more to play with because it's just a bigger school. They have a bigger income. Um, so that way, like colleges can afford to do more with doing less, I guess. High schools have to raise pretty much all the money that they take in. Everything that they spend or take in is either raised or given to them by their backers club or whatever organization backs them up and helps them out with new jerseys, cleats, or bats or whatever they need. Um, so let's see. The first question is, what are the factors under which the manager or athletic directors control? So I'm here with Zach LaFleur, and me and him are both part of the UL baseball team. So Zach, what do you think that is underneath the manager and athletic director's control?
Just a good brand and you know, just getting support basically behind you. People want to support winners. And they want to support people that they know are worth putting the money into. So the coaches get their players involved with the community, involved with the people around, so that they see you're a good bunch of people. And then at the same time, you got to win and keep people out of trouble. Right here, you had some success, a lot of success in the past years, and that's helped them raise more and more money and get a brand new stadium like they have right now. And when you're talking about high school budget, kind of reminded me just how different it is because I was thinking about some of the little stuff that people don't even realize. Like if you want your team to be good, and instead of just playing in your surrounding area against the same maybe 8 to 10 teams, you want to travel, let's say, from Lafayette to Lake Charles. That's for a school that's struggling budget. That's a lot of money to get the kids to the bus to Lake Charles, maybe feed them a pregame meal, and then you should have to feed them when they come back. And if you're playing a weekend tournament, you're gonna have to keep them in a hotel, or you're spending too much money going down on the bus. So stuff like that you have to worry about is going to be tough as well.
Yeah, right. I went to a smaller school. We didn't have a huge budget for as far as I know. So I mean, we didn't play many like tournaments, weekend over tournaments. We did one in we played a tournament in Barb, but we traveled back and forth. We didn't stay overnight. We did one in Alexandria. I think we did it 3 out of my 4 years, and we stayed in Alexandria. And I mean, what we ate breakfast at the hotel every morning. Lunch was usually, some type of little fast food like Chick-fil-A or Cane's or something easy enough that they can get the whole team in and feed the whole team all at one time. We sometimes went to like a Golden Corral or like a little buffet place if we had time. And same thing for supper. It was either like a Golden Corral or something like that, or like just a little fast food place.
That's where you got to help out parents would volunteer to cook food and they buy a meal and cook for the whole team. So stuff like that saves a lot of money. They cook like a big etouffee or something like that, and that can help the budget to where your team is able to travel more.
Oh, definitely. Like for football games, or every home football game, the our backers club, which my parents were a part of, they cooked underneath, so underneath the stadium, and they fed all the backers club, and then after the game, they fed the team too. Like whenever we got back to the school or got back to our locker room and showered or did whatever we needed to do, we all had a plate lunch waiting for us. So that was one way that they helped us out for us for like us not having to go buy food. I mean, get back from football games, it's 10:30, 11 o'clock at night by the time you get back to the field and actually heading home. So just made it easy on us where we could just sit down right there and get a quick bite and then head home. Wouldn't have to worry about that.
I think that's where the coaching control comes in for college too, as far as like traveling. I'm not positive on the rules, but I know that's why they have to cut down on the travel members just about by payments. I don't know what the travel roster is going to be when we go to Coastal Carolina, but I know you're going to have to pay for plane tickets for a certain amount of kids. So that's when you have to like decide. I know they do it for postseason too. How many players you bring, how many of them back out. It's for that because you can't be paying for 35, 37 plane tickets and meals like that.
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, the budget's only so big, man. You can only bring so many people, and no matter how much you want to, you just can't bring everybody sometimes. And I know the managers controls, they do take care of a lot of things. Going back to the managers and athletic directors, we'll stay on managers for a little bit. Managers do have a lot of responsibilities as far as for here at UL for the baseball team, we have us, the field managers, and then the equipment managers. And I know that Colin and Jacob, the equipment managers here, stay up here some nights till 2, 3 in the morning washing all of our stuff. And so I know they have a lot of responsibilities, and that job can probably get hard sometimes. And they just have a lot to deal with, and we have to set up the field before every practice and tear it down and set up the game fields and all kind of stuff. And then it's not just that. If coach needs anything from us on the field or in here, we kind of like run his errands sometimes for us if he needs us to. So I know that the managers, whether college or high school, do have a lot of responsibilities too as well. You got anything on that?
Oh yeah, I know that that's what the coach has to handle hiring managers, sure that they have help if they need, because that's a important part too. But then also that comes more budget with it, because you and Jared and Connor, are y'all on scholarship for that?
Yeah, I mean it's technically not scholarship, but kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So
we don't see the money, but yeah.
That's just important jobs that you have to have, but then that's more budget. I mean, not that that's what you need in the budget, but that's what helps in some stuff that keeps programs running.
Right. Definitely essentials. Because if we didn't, then the players would have to take all their equipment home and wash it, all their clothes and stuff, or go set up the field if we didn't have guys like that.
When I was at LSU Eunice, it didn't happen when I was there, but the budget was so little before they didn't have laundry. They didn't have anything to do laundry or managers to hire, so that the players had to go home and do their laundry every night, which ended up sometimes they just didn't even do it. So that ends up worse too. So stuff like that is big, can turn into big problems.
Definitely. Okay, so we'll move on. Third question: what are external factors which cannot be controlled? What do you think about that?
Just low budget from the beginning. I mean, you can't get money from, you just can't pull money from the sky. If you come into a program where there's not a lot of support and there's not a lot of budget, it's going to be tough for you to get there, and you're going to have to find a way to do it. But some of that stuff is just out of a coach's control. And as a coach or athletic director, all you can really control is the talent that you're getting in and how your players are acting and how they're doing off the field. Other than that, you're going to have to work your hardest to get people involved. But sometimes if they're not into it, then they just won't be into it.
Definitely, I 100% agree with that. For how you represent the program and how other people outside of the program see what you're trying to do with the program as far as for building it up. And another thing with that is you can't control weather, injuries, or anything like that. Just say you trying to build up your program, get more income for it, and so you throw a home tournament and invite schools that you may not play in the regular season or that you do play or whatever, but it's early in the season and you invite them in and you have 6, 7, 8 teams and the whole tournament gets rained out. So you spend all that money on the food that you were going to have for the weekend. All the money on the food, the T-shirts or whatever you may be selling, or anything that you're trying to raise money on that you spent money on to raise more money, all that kind of money just kind of goes to waste if you're not able to reschedule that tournament, as far as because it may not be able to be rescheduled because of later games. The weekend might be filled up. So
Right.
that's just kind of stuff you can't control. Whereas if you're trying to bring in money and something like that gets rained out, you have no control over that. That's something that just it happens, I guess.
And there comes agreement between teams as well that you can have the tournaments, Like let's say us, Turlings and Crowley had agreement saying, hey, you pay money to come to our tournament, we're gonna pay money to come to your tournament. That helps coaches out as far as saving money and getting teams involved to play in tournament.
Yeah, 100%. Because when we played at the Barb tournament my freshman and sophomore year, and I don't know if just because we got over there and we lost out the whole tournament, or if it was just too far, too much money, because Barb's a way bigger school than Crowley High ever was or is. So I don't know what the budget was like then or how much they had to pay to be in that tournament. But I know after my sophomore year, we didn't go back. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's because of budget wise or if other factors played into it, but I know that everywhere we had to go, we had to pay to get in basically to play in that tournament.
All right.
All right. So the last question is, who do you plan on interviewing for your last project? And I don't know if you have thought about this yet, but I was thinking I'm either going to interview Coach Robe if he has time. I know he's busy with a lot of things right now. I mean, it's mid-season, so I doubt he'll have time. But my cousin actually coaches at Crowley High now, and he's the program over there is kind of fell down a little bit since I left. It's not as big or as good as it used to be, I guess you could say. So he's trying to think of ways to bring that program back up and make it like it was when he was there and when I was there. So that's who I'm probably going to interview and talk to about ideas and ways to pick up the budget or the revenue for that school. Yeah, have you thought about that yet or no?
I don't know. I members, my parents, some schools, and I haven't really decided yet. I know I have a few options to think about it. Coach Robe always a good one too.
I got you. I got you. Well, I think that's it, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for helping me out.
All right, later, brother.
Later.